It gives us great pleasure to welcome into the studio Francesca Cumani, Channel 7 racing expert and international racing analyst for racing.com, amongst your many jobs. Francesca, good morning to you.
Good morning to you both. Thanks for having me.
Well, I assume that being a horse racing person, you're used to getting up reasonably early in the morning.
Yes, yeah, but I tend to you wake up a bit quicker when you wake up early to then get on the back of a 500-kilo thoroughbred. Your brain has to engage itself a bit quicker rather than having to come and talk sensible things with you two in here.
There's been talk about this carnival, about gentle talk about maybe there being too many overseas horses come to this carnival.
Straight into the big talking point.
Yeah, I can assure you that there's unlikely to be a campaign to limit the number of overseas racing commentators coming to Australia for the Cup.
You never know.
This might be a campaign called Stop the Floats. What do you reckon?
I think it's absolutely absurd, in a word.
Right.
I think you can't pretend to have a race that's of a international standard, the best 2-mile handicap in the world, and then try and limit the amount of horses from abroad entering it. I think it's absurd. I think if you try and have the Australian Open and then limit the amount of tennis players that can come from abroad because you're not winning enough, then it's ridiculous. Right. Personally.
The only problem is that we can't come to England to win races that have the same amount of prize money, though, can we?
Yeah, but you can come to England to win races that have prestige and stallion value.
Yeah,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There's less incentive to come to England and win our races, and there's much more for us to come here and take your prize money. But no, I think it's all in the nature of competition. I think you can't just because. I mean, I remember 10 years ago, everyone was very happy for the international horses to come, and suddenly they started doing rather well, and then they don't want them to come so much.
Is it only the money that's bringing them here, or is it the prestige of the race internationally? I mean, Wimbledon,
honest
for
answer?
example.
Oh, no, it's coming. It's the money.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the money, obviously, because that's what motivates things, not only in racing, but generally in the world. Yeah, I mean, I think especially for the trainers who obviously get a percentage of the money, but not all of it. A big bit of it is the enjoyment of the carnival. They love coming here. They love the fact that their industry is on the front page, the back page, the middle pages of the newspapers. It's all spoken about on the radio. It's on TV. It's such a huge event. And I think when it comes to race day, it gives them a surge of emotion and passion like you don't get anywhere else in the world. So that's why you see the trainers that keep coming back, because they love the feeling of it. But the critics over in Europe will say, well, it's a 2-mile handicap. It's not going to increase the value of my horse. And so, if you're honest, it's about the money.